right, teeing it up here on a Monday, seeing how long and straight we can hit it. JD here. Good to have you on board. Thanks for taking some of your time to spend with us here on the program, where intellectual anarchy is encouraged and nurtured for now. Marcelo working the dials, Brad producing the program. Emails at the website, jerrydoyle.com. You're the home of your aggregator-in-chief, scouring the world for the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Today's poll question: the RNC has announced its headline speakers for the National Convention in Tampa, noticeably absent, including, by the way, the media's coverage of those who are absent from the headline speakerships, are Ron Paul and Sarah Palin. Here's the question: if they are snubbed by the GOP, what will their supporters do? 50% say they're going to back Mitt Romney anyway. 21% say they're going to vote for them as write-ins. 12% say vote for Libertarian Gary Johnson. Nobody says turn on the GOP and vote for Obama, and 17% say stay home on Election Day. Don't stay home? Well, if you are home, get on the internet, give us a response there at the, as Marcelo calls them, scientific polling results that I do with regard to the highly scientific poll question that we put up at the website. You can give us a jingle here at 800-876-4123 on the program, where we like our flying a little turbulent, our women a little crazy, our politics a little messy. Lots to get to on the show today. We're going to look at the top tier of speakers for the GOP convention, or as Brad referred to it in this morning's conference call, pandemonium. Who are they putting up, and who are they attempting to get to? Attempting to get by something on Friday, the Obama administration put out some of the details of the not-so-amnesty program for the not-so-millions of non-millions. Just a couple, 6-7 people are going to be given some kind of way to stay and maybe get a work permit for 2 years, and perhaps, possibly, maybe if they stay long enough in the court of a public opinion, we'll be able to see, maybe, 10, 15, 20 million people get amnesty, and they've come up with what they think the fee should be. It's a whopping $465. I've paid that for a bottle of booze at table service at a club on a Friday night. We're giving people a chance to hit the capitalist free market, at least for now, lottery. A chance to live in the greatest nation on earth legally, to be a part of success in this country. And for that we say, drum roll please, $465. Less than half the price of what most people would pay for a flat screen TV. Wow. And how did they come up with $465? It's not $450, it's not $500, it's $465. It's like the same fools who sit around and come up with traffic fines. They sit around and go, what do you think we should charge him? $300? No. Let's make it $317. Why $317? Well, because it'll look like we thought about it. We'll just come up with a number. Right? It's like $317. Oh, yeah, because that extra 17 means something. Sure it does. When you got your mortgage, Marcelo, do you, like, when you write out your check every month to your mortgage company, or maybe you're one of these highly technologically advanced people who can do bill pay on the internet, and you actually trust that system. Do you do bill pay on the internet?
Yeah, it's all automatic. I never look at it.
I would never touch it. No, because if they can take, no. If they can make a mistake, just, instead of your $2,000 mortgage payment, we hit you for $20,000. And then you got to call up some minimum wage, entry-level bottom feeder that could care less and is probably jealous that you actually have a home. Oh, you have a car loan? Oh, you have 2 car loans. Oh, yeah, don't worry, Mr. Corona. We'll fix that for you immediately. 6 years later, when you're in a straitjacket on a stainless steel bench, wondering why you ended up where you ended up, it's because this person didn't want to fix what was their mistake in the first place. But it's like with the mortgage payment. Like, they give you the number and they say, okay, your mortgage payment is $1,843.29. Or like your car payment is $1,252.14. No. I tell them, how close are we to an even number? So if my mortgage payment is like $1,547, I say, you guys do whatever you have to do so it's $1,500. I don't care if I have to pay a little more or you have to do something with the numbers, but I want to write a check every month for $1,500. Because you know how much time you waste? 12 payments for 30 years, writing out $1,549 9, and 23 over 100. Fill in the little line so nobody can put anything on the end of that and stake your money. Same thing with a car payment. $1,212. Or do you have to think about writing $1,212? See, those are little decisions that I don't want to have to make that complicate my life.
Do auto pay so you don't have to look at it.
No, because then they can get into my bank account. It's like the IRS. Would you like to have that money deposited sooner into your account should you be fortunate enough to get a refund? No, because if you can put money in, you can take money out. And if they take money out, it's going to be 14 lifetimes before they get around to going, we made a mistake. Anyway, the fee to get Amnesty in America, they'll say it's not Amnesty, is $465. This also out of Massachusetts. We have something new to describe what some describe as death panels, managed care, best outcomes, quality-adjusted life years. Massachusetts, Deval Patrick, the governor there, signed a new law today that gives us accountable care organizations. Doesn't that sound like
a cuckoo?
Doesn't that sound doctor-patient friendly? I went to see my accountable care organization today, and they told me to eat and die. That's basically what they told me.
Only accountability in government right there.
The only accountability in government is the accountable care organization that doesn't care about your care. That's basically going to tell you, sorry, we've decided you're too old and we're going to have to spend too much, and therefore you don't get the hip commercial or whatever it is that you're going to be starring in to prove that you can still go out and run a marathon at 93 years old. Speaking of old, not that there's anything against old, because there's a lot of old people out there that seem to have it together. Whorehouse Harry Reid. Have you seen the latest in his grand green solar scheme? We're not even going to get into the whole gambling connection and his land deals that he made a ton of money on. But Whorehouse Harry Reid has a solar scheme, a green scheme, where I pay more, and everyone in Nevada pays more, who gets their energy from NV Energy. And NV Energy was mandated to use green delivery so that a certain percentage of the power is environmentally safe, or saving the polar bears, or shrinking the polar vortex, or whatever else it's supposed to do. So by going green and forcing NV Energy to go green and go greener, it takes more green out of everyone's pocket who has to consume energy, but it puts green in the pocket of Whorehouse Harry's son, Rory Reid, which is just a really bad name. I mean, really, if you got to know if Harry Reid is a dim bulb, who would name their kid Rory Reid? Hank Reid? Bill Reid? Thistle Reid? Something. No. Rory Reid.
What name are you saying? I don't understand what you're saying.
Rory. R-O-R-Y.
Okay.
Rory. Rory Reid works for a law firm that's involved in bringing a Chinese solar manufacturer to Nevada, $1 billion project, and supposedly Whorehouse Harry never picked up the phone and called Rory Reid to tell him about how Rory could make more money and Harry could make money on a land deal. Harry Reid. Why is this guy still around? I mean, really. You got to find somebody in Nevada, folks, to run against this guy. This is a laydown. I know he's got ties to special interest. I know he's got a lot of money in his pockets from people who want to put a lot of money in their pockets because of what he can deliver for them. But this is the best that we can do in Nevada? I would rather have Bugsy Siegel, who brought gambling to Las Vegas for the mob, than to have Harry Reid. Because at least with Bugsy Siegel, you know what you're getting. Good-looking dames and stiff drinks. That's what you're getting with Bugsy Siegel.
And all the jobs. Look at all the jobs he brought.
Look at all the jobs. Right, exactly. Whorehouse Harry Reid. And Rory Reid, costing you more green. Did you see Mitt Romney on Friday said ixnay to the Chick-fil-A controversy? I had to stretch out controversy there to make it rhyme. But he said, I don't want no part of that. He said, whatever people say or do is up to them. I'm going to stick to the economy and jobs. Whoa. Wow. Way to go, Mitt. Way to go, Mitt. Honesty. And here's something. Honesty can help you to live longer. You see this big study that came out on this? Honesty and longevity? Did you really have to have another one of those studies done? That if you don't have to keep track of your lies, you'll live longer? because you die trying to keep track of your lies. Honesty is the best policy, and maybe the insurance policy isn't required at such an early age because you might just live longer. Oh, speaking of longer, did you see the big story about Missy Franklin, the Olympian? She's a swimmer, not like David Schwimmer from Friends, but she's a swimmer. And now the big story out of the Olympics in London is not Missy Franklin's feats, F-E-A-T-S. It's Missy Franklin's feet, F-E-E-T, because apparently she's got some long boats on the end of her legs. Size. Oh, is that Missy heading off to the pool?
Yeah, she's coming over.
Oh, she's coming over to do an interview? Oh, that's just awful. And, speaking of the Olympics, Mitt Romney, in a speech in 2002 in the Winter Olympics at Salt Lake City, he was talking along the same lines about how athletes didn't get to the podium on their own. You got a gold, you got a silver, you got a bronze. You didn't do that. You had other people who helped you do that. As I continue to listen to the Republicans tearing down Obama over his comments about you had some help along the way. Now, I understand where they're coming from to a degree. Obama is all about government will help you get there. Government is the way to the promised land. Romney talking about individuals' pursuits and the individuals that actually help people to get there. But in reality, nobody gets anywhere on their own. It does take some help from some other people. Unfortunately, Obama and company seem to think all the help is coming from government and the individual has nothing to do, but actually gets in the way of any kind of success that you might experience or any business might have. Bruce Fine is going to join us at the bottom of the hour. He's the senior policy advisor to Ron Paul. Andy Gause is going to join us in the next hour. He's the author of The Secret World of Money, a little update on the Federal Reserve. And are you looking for work? Nonprofits are hiring. Nonprofits, most people think, means very little pay. Not so. There's a little bit of capitalism in nonprofits done well. Kerry Hannon is going to join us on the program. You can do so at 800-876-4123. Lots to get to on this Monday edition of the show. Stick with me.
This is the Jerry Doyle Show.